What is going on? It has been a goddamn minute. It's been a while, but we're back on the horn here. It's DB2 Bets, brought to you by Betstamp, where we use the Betstamp app and we find the best odds out there. And by Dean Blundell Network, visit deanblundell.com for all articles and all sports podcasts and everything else. Dean Blundell as well. What's going on? I'm your host, Josh Elijah, with my other half, Jesse McKay, aka Birdman. Great to be back on here with you, buddy. It's been a while, but first and foremost, I just want to say thank you to everyone who's reached out to us over the past month and a bit. It's been a really, really difficult month, really difficult time, probably some of the darkest times that I've ever experienced in my life personally, kind of speaking from the heart, as we lost a dear and close friend of ours, Jeff Beaton, back in November as well. So it's been really hard and difficult dealing with the loss of a loved one, and someone that has been beloved by so many friends and family. To me, he was one of my best friends and a brother and a supporter, my number one fan, even. Just a lot of feelings and emotions towards that guy, and definitely going to miss him as well. Definitely gone far too soon. And our boy Brad Aldworth, he says it best, and we're all better for knowing Jeff. And Jeff made all of us a bit better as well, and really means a lot to a lot of us, especially with the Boston Pizza family as well. And I'm very grateful for being able to have known him and been able to share all those moments with Jeff, our boy. So yeah, it's it's been a fucking doozy, to say the least. Just trying to digest a lot of this, but you know what, Jesse, you and I, we mentioned that we're like, if once we come back and we get this back up and running, the first episode out the gates is going to be one for Jeff. So that's what we had established, and we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this thing in Jeff fashion and share some stories. But yeah, really good to be seeing your brother and back at it and doing this.
Yeah, testing 1, 2, 3. Well, how do I do this again?
It's like riding a bike, except now it's just colder right now. So we're not drinking beers. I just got some podcast juice in a cup here, so that's what we're a big old bottle of vino at the side of my computer here.
Yeah.
So
helps you loosen up a little bit,
Yeah, no, it does. I had the chance to be able to go out east to Windsor, Nova Scotia, just outside of Halifax. Cute little fucking town, I gotta say. It was great to be able to go out with the friends that are close and dear to us and dear to Jeff as well, and also be with the family as well. It was special to be able to share those moments and memories with Ken and Colette and his sister Kendra as well, and just be able to be with family and be with friends and celebrate his life out there in Windsor. Windsor, it was honestly, it was sweet to be out there. It's just small town Nova Scotia, and this place had Jeff Beaton written all over it too. It was sweet. Like, we went to a handful of different places that they have to offer, bars and whatnot. And you could just tell, like, you go into this pool hall called Tommy Guns, and you're like, oh yeah, Beaton's been here a bunch of times.
Yeah.
Like, you could just hear his laugh in the wall, just like, just like that. And it's just like, man, it was great to like visit all those places. You're like, oh yeah, these are the spots that our boy got to go to. And one of the things that Windsor, Nova Scotia, and you're gonna fucking die when you hear this, but in Windsor they have the annual Windsor Pumpkin Regatta.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I'll share my screen here real quick and show you what this is all about. But the Windsor Pumpkin Regatta is an annual water race held in October on Lake Pessaquid in Windsor.
It's like a boat race.
Yeah, dog. The course is a half mile from start to finish, and the race features brightly colored giant fucking pumpkins.
Oh my god! Are they real pumpkins?
Means of flotation. Yes, man. Like,
no way, dude.
Look at these fucking things.
Yo, those are huge.
They are, man. Like they probably have like these huge pumpkin growing contests and then carve them out and ride them down the lake or down the river, what have you, and race them. Like, look at this guy. Like this guy like made a helmet out of a pumpkin. So
That's incredible.
That's how amazing is that? So yeah, we had the and then we saw the lake that they were supposed to race it on, and it wasn't looking very good. So they probably
waters were a little choppy. Or
it was a little non-existent actually. So I think they had to relocate.
Oh
so,
shit!
Yeah. So
okay. Also, you're in a pumpkin. It's like a sphere. Like it's not meant to float. It's probably like
it's hollowed wobbly. Out, right? So it's
you need your like device to be flat. You know,
this guy's got a installed seatbelt into it. Like it's just hilarious.
That one kind of looked like Shrek, I think.
Yeah, they painted it green with the ears on it.
Sick.
Oh man, I mean, I gotta see this for myself. I'm gonna have to go down because this looks like, man, Jeff.
Do you think we could get a media pass for that?
I think coming to you live here, DB2 bets.
Yeah.
We could have some spreads and wagers on the guys. But yeah, no, it was real special, and being able to be down there for that celebration. Dude, place had a basketball court, like a real fucking nice basketball court right outside the hall that we were having the celebration at. And then buddies brought the ball. We were tailgating out there, having a couple beers, just in Jeff fashion, you know. Yeah. And then it's just like, we're gonna run. Let's do this run 3-on-3. But it was
freezing cold. Yeah,
it was so, and so was my Jimmy. It was like nothing was going down, but like the Scotian,
both your Jimmys, if you know what I mean.
No kidding. Yeah. Oh man, but it was just like brick after brick after brick, and you wouldn't be able to get anything in unless it was bully ball in the paint. And
Jeff would have been on your ass about that too. He would have been just chirping up a storm.
Sure. You know what? I've played a bunch of ball with Jeff as well, and the best way to describe his game is that he's 3-and-D without the D. Like he's strictly 3. Like he'll just camp out by the arc, and then you'll be like busting your ass in the paint for rebounds, doing all the dirty work. He's like, "Oh, give it to me! I'm open." It's like, yeah, of course you're open. Like you're just standing there.
Gets so cheesed if you don't pass it to him. Too.
Yeah,
I was open.
It's crazy, man. Like he's a pretty decent basketball player. We've always played mini hoops and stuff, and kid's got game. He's got a wet jumper. I gotta give him that. I gotta give him that. His Jimmy's pretty wet, so
a regular splash, bro.
Yeah, exactly, bro. Exactly. So that was a real special moment, and I had the opportunity to be able to say something as well, and just say a little piece and remember Jeff at the celebration. And it's it's hard to do it when you feel like you have a frog in your throat. But the one story that I'll share here that I shared there as well is that Jeff and I, obviously being a part of the Boston Pizza family, and we would spend many drunken nights together at the bar. And then one of those nights we were just like, oh yeah, we should open up our own bar. It's like great idea. Let's do that. And we're just like, I got it. We're
real original.
We're gonna call it PB and J's. And it made total fucking sense, especially because we probably had a couple drinks. But our favorite shot doing it was a pickleback. We always do a pickleback. And for those of you who don't know what a pickleback is, it is any type of whiskey. Pretty sure you can do it at any type of booze, but we do it with whiskey, generally Jameson, chased with a shot of pickle juice. Super simple. It turns the most disgusting whiskeys into something tolerable. And so the bar was gonna be picklebacks and J's, PB and J's, Jeff and Josh. And they were like, all right, the concept of the bar will be a barrel of pickle juice, like fresh out the barrel, in the middle of the bar. And you just pull the tap, and that's where you get your pickle juice from. And then you have an assortment of different whiskeys that you get to pick from, bourbons, rye, what have you, and build your own pickleback. And then we started thinking things more through. It's like, well, what kind of beer? We got to have some beer to go with this. And it was like, well, PBRs, obviously, duh. We'll just have little J stickers to go over the R's, and then that honestly made the most sense. But then we have to also have food as well, right? So it's like, well, peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Like, God, this is too easy. Yeah. And then we just deep fry them for desserts or what have you. And then
it's like no overhead. if you're just serving those sandwiches.
Exactly.
Easy.
You get just small little hole in the wall bar. And then we're just thinking, I'm like, we would be the worst fucking business partners if we did this together. Like,
why?
well, because we would drink ourselves out of rent within the first
Oh
month
yeah,
of
of
it.
course.
Well, like all of our friends would come and we just write it off on the business, and they're like, "Oh wow, we're thousands of dollars in debt to start." Like,
yeah, we've hooked up everyone who's walked through the front door.
yeah, exactly. Even if we don't know them, like it's just like, oh yeah, we're homies now, and that is just a true testament to who Jeff was.
Jeff, yeah.
That's Jeff, man. That's Jeff in a nutshell. And it's like if you met him one night at a bar, you guys were leaving best friends. That was his superpower. That's what it was, and that was from the moment that I met him. And we were best of friends, and it really sucks to see a guy go, and it's just so tragic. The brother of mine, but there's a lot of good memories to be able to remember him by, and he's introduced me to so many good people. Like I wouldn't have known Dale or Ray or Reegs or any of the boys back from home if it wasn't for Jeff and and all the people that he's introduced me to here. So I really just have everything to owe him. And we had so many plans, and we'll be able to go over them again one day. So cheers for our boy Jeffy. Clink clink. Love you, my dude. Really gonna miss you. One other thing I will mention is he did come out to my shows quite often. He would call me the most overrated stand-up comedian in the world. He was just like, "Oh my god, you suck." You told that joke last time and the time before that. Like he would, but like man, he would come out to so many of my shows. Like he came to my shows when we were in Vegas. He would come to my shows all across Ontario, even if it was outside of the province, like Montreal or what have you. Like he was just always like he would always come out to my shows and get people to come out too. I remember this. I remember meeting our boy Matthew Reegs, and Reegs came to Toronto to visit for a bit, and we were going to one of my shows later that night, and just absolutely bombed throughout the day, just drinking. But we were playing the drinking game. We're playing Buffalo. Have you ever played Buffalo before? Where it's just like it's not really a game, but it's just sort of a rule that you have to abide by throughout the course of the day. You ever played that?
No.
So Buffalo is you have to drink out of your less dominant hand. Okay. So if I'm a right-handed guy, I got to be drinking everything out of my left hand throughout the entire day. So every sip I take would have to be with my left hand.
Right.
And if somebody caught me drinking with my right hand and somebody calls Buffalo, then you have to chug the rest of your drink. It's a fun game. It adds a little extra ante to it.
Yeah. Because I feel like
ante a bit.
Naturally you're gonna not use your less dominant hand. You forget.
Well, you forget because you're drunk. That's how it works. Oopsie,
Oops.
and then you get double, triple drunk.
Yeah, you're just once you have constantly deleting.
Control Alt Delete. So yeah, there was a lot of Buffalo going on that day, but then we ended up making to my show. I believe I was doing I don't even remember where we were. We might have been Yucks. But they obviously sit front row like a couple fucking jackasses. It's like, dude, I bring you to the show and you're just gonna sit there front row going like it's just come on. Like, couldn't you just sit in the back? Like I got you free tickets and like, well, yeah, then we want to sit in the front row because they're free tickets. And so it's like, oh god. And then like they were obviously, honestly, it was great, but it was just awkward doing it with your friends just sitting up there in the front row watching you. And then so at the end of one of my jokes, punchline hits, get a laugh, what have you. And I noticed that both Reegs and Beaton both drink with their right hand. And at the end of the joke, I just called fucking Buffalo in front of everyone. And like the majority of the place knew what Buffalo was, and they just had to get up and chug in front of the entire crowd.
Oh, that's sick.
So it's just like, and they got me a bunch of times that day too. So I guess I just saved the best for last, and we weren't paying attention. They both it was almost like they were in unison when they both drank, and then I called Buffalo on them both times, and they got up and chugged in front of everyone. Yeah, man,
that's
it was
redemption.
That's it, and it's it's just moments like that, that really make me miss him a lot. And the people that he got to, he was a connector. He connected a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
And then friendships carry on outside of that too. And I have so much to owe him, and I really am going to miss that man. So,
Yeah.
That being said, moving forward, we are getting things back on track here with the show. We missed all of fucking World Cup because of this, which is fine. Lots of craziness going on there, but we're back just in time as we're catching some football action here towards the end of 2022. What a fucked up year it's been. What a crazy all around year it's been. But I mean, definitely some highs, but a lot of lows, and everything else in between. So here's to 2022. Fuck you. It's been a whirlwind, but we got some picks, and every pick that we're doing today is in Jeff fashion. So we have a football pick for you for the Saturday game for Christmas Eve, and then the Christmas Day games on Sunday, December 25th. And I'll get into that first, but I'll get into that later. But first, let's talk about his favorite team, the Cincinnati Bengals, winners of the last 6 games. These guys are on fucking fire. They are absolutely destroying. This it means a lot to me because the last Super Bowl, my team obviously is the Rams, and his team is the Bengals. We were both in the Super Bowl talking smack to each other, and my Rams ended up prevailing. But in the long run, it did pay off to be more of a Bengals fan. Bengals fans are definitely happier with the position that they're in. Winners of the last 6. Joe Burrow is playing like crazy. They have weapons everywhere. Their O-line's looking better. And they're facing the New England Patriots, who lost in horrible fashion last week, doing a lateral that ended up getting picked for a pick 6 and cost them the game. One of the worst plays that they're saying to ever see a game be finished on. I don't know why they were lateraling when the game was tied. No idea. It was horrendous. I'm pretty sure it was your QB that actually did it, or your running back.
No.
Uh-oh.
You know what sucks? I benched him that game because he had injured his ankle the week prior. So I was like, if he comes back, like he might not be at full strength. So like I just put someone else in there.
Yeah.
And he crushed. He got like, I don't know, 25 to 30 fantasy points, but that's he lost the game in real life, you're saying? Like that's yikes, man. That's bad. He's been on fire too, so
yeah. So I mean, like for whatever reason, like the game is pretty close when it comes to the spread, but like it is almost a pick 'em, but the Bengals are favored against the Pats. I'm gonna take them on the money line. I got to do it for Jeff. I have been betting a little bit for specifically the Bengals, just because like I've been finding myself watching the Bengals simply because that's his favorite team, and my Rams are dog shit. So I've definitely been watching more Bengals and more Lions. Definitely loving the Lions games right now, and loving what they're doing as well. But this was all about the Bengals. So
miss having Mike on the show.
Old
Lions fan, like.
Dude,
I wonder like how stoked he is right now, because I think at the he been excited. I feel like at the start of the season he was like, oh, they'll win their their annual 2 games or 1 game. I was like Jesus, man, like just like no positive outlook. They've actually been pretty good.
Well, they're making their run for a wild card spot here, and it's looking. I mean, like all the momentum is going in their direction. It's been great. They've been the team to bet on, especially on the spread. They've been.
Yeah.
So
you either been or you been.
Yeah, but we're gonna stick with the Bengals on this one. I'm just gonna go with the money line minus 160. The spread is not looking as promising. I mean, like I do have confidence in them winning outright. So this is the Saturday game as well. Yeah, you're looking at the spread. It's minus 1.5 for minus 149. So to win by a point and a half. I don't know. I just, for me, I think I'm just going to take them on the money line. If it's kind of a pick 'em, and I'm not even getting that good of odds on the spread, I'm just going to take them on the money line, minus 160. And you can lock that in on Caesars Sportsbook. That has the best odds out there.
Do you know why Jeff was a Bengals fan?
No fucking clue.
Because I swear to God, I've never met a Bengals fan in my entire life, except for Jeff. Like,
there's a few out there, man.
Before they were good, you know?
Well, they've only been decent as of like recently, but they were okay with Chad Johnson back in the day, but I mean they're like it's probably that he probably really liked Chad. So yeah, I mean the jerseys, I mean a lot of times
the jerseys are cool.
People just like the tarps, so they go with it, or the helmets or what have you. I mean, that's why I'm a Rams fan too, right? Like I didn't have much more of a reason to watch it when I was 10 years old. So yeah, I mean, like my dad liked the helmets too, and so that's why I ended up watching it. And yeah, he just went with the Bengals, and yeah, they've been dog shit for a while, but they're looking good. Joe Burrow is the clear leader of. Yeah, and then when you have weapons like obviously Jamar Chase and T. Higgins, you got Mixon, and even your RB2 with P. Ryan, like man, they got weapons. Tyler Boyd as well brings that veteran presence. It's they're a fun team to watch, man, and yeah, I'm gonna be rooting for them, obviously. For our boy Jeffy. So we're going to take the Bengals minus 160 against the Pats. That's on Saturday on Christmas Eve. You can catch that game. I believe it's a 1 o'clock game. So minus 160, place that at Caesars Sportsbook. Best odds by a bit. So if you have a Caesars account, great. If not, go to betstamp.app /onboarding and use promo code DB2 to open up your Caesars Sportsbook, or go ahead and line shop. Use the Betstamp app and see what other sportsbook have similar odds, because you want to get the most bang for your buck when it comes to that. Now, moving forward, we got a full spread. Little pun in there, excuse the pun, but a bit of a spread for Christmas, as we picked all 5 games. We got spreads for each of them. Ho, 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 ho. Merry Christmas.
You did that last year, didn't you?
I'm pretty sure.
Christmas episode.
We're doing it every year, man. We're doing it every year, and this time we're
so good.
We got the spreads in time. It's looking good. Something special about Christmas Day games is
the best.
It's the fucking best, isn't it? It's incredible. I mean, like, just the Christmas spirit, unwrapping the gifts and being with loved ones and sharing good food, and then basketball from 12 to 12. It's
great. Yeah, it's like, great, dude. Like, it's incredible. I don't know about you, but like the way my family Christmas always goes down is like, we do our big family dinner on Boxing Day. So Christmas Day is just like the morning you spend, opening gifts and hanging out and whatever.
Yeah.
But dude, as soon as 12 o'clock hits, like, see you later. I'm watching basketball all day. And
all day
till the end of the last game. It's just like something I look forward to every Christmas, because once you're done like hanging out in the morning, there's really nothing to do, because it's the Christmas Day. Like, nothing's really like going on. Maybe it's snowing, maybe it's too cold out, and you just want to like hang inside. There's nothing better than just getting cozy and
have a watching
just watching some Christmas Day basketball, dude. Like,
and it's such an honor as a team to be able to play on Christmas Day as well. Like, it's just you get the best of the best, unless you're the Knicks and you just play every year. And the Lakers, right? Like, it's just if those two teams, they will always play. But with that being said, we definitely had a couple Christmases where I ended up leaving my parents, and Jeff sometimes wasn't able to make it home for Christmas, or was just wasn't able to make it out east, or just kind of at home when he was living in Liberty Village down in Toronto. So we'd make our way back and go catch some of the late games over at his place, and that was something that we would do. So this Christmas is gonna hit a bit different when it comes to that, but in Jeff fashion, hopefully. I mean, I think that we have the pretty same rationality when it comes to picking certain NBA teams. I mean, that's something that we always had a lot of fun with is placing bets. even on Christmas Day, try and make some of that Christmas money back that you spent on gifts.
Yeah.
So that's what we're doing here. We were actually covering all 5 games. This is going to be the heaviest slate. We have some time to make up for, so we had to pick them all and come up with a big slate of games here for Christmas Day. Ding dong, ding dong. Game 1. Let's start off with the 12 p.m. Philadelphia 76ers versus the New York Knicks. What do you think there, Bird? What do you like?
I think we both agreed that we want to take the Knicks on the spread because we found one at +4, which is looking pretty nice at -117. That I think that's the only one that we found. And that's at Sports Interaction. The Knicks have been that was the best one. The everything else is at like -2, -2.5. So plus because we're taking the Knicks. The Knicks have been pretty hot lately.
Winners of their last 8. They dropped to the Raptors.
Yeah, you just delete that Raptors game. They were on a heater. All heaters come to an end, unfortunately. But like you said, they're playing some inspired basketball, and I feel like the pieces are coming together for them. Like Julius Randle looks like his old self after a bit of a down year last year. Jalen Brunson looks incredible. Like he's a great fit. I like the chemistry. I like how they look, and they've got a good coach. 76ers have just been so like
up and down.
Like like you can't. It's one of those teams you can't rely on. So I generally avoid them for making bets this year anyway. So until they prove to be consistent, I'm just gonna stay away from them. So I think the Knicks is a good one. Good bet to take.
It's tough because I mean, like you even look at Joel Embiid, and he's been having some incredible games as well. But like,
of course,
even betting on him like with player props, it's hit or miss because like the rebounds are usually set at 10.5, and it's just like any other day, like he could just not want to rebound, or he could put up 15. So it's just like they're just, and that's just reflective of the entire team. Like sometimes they show up, sometimes they don't. They have been putting things together after a rocky start to the beginning of the season. But that's the same thing with the Knicks. And the Knicks, we were saying this before we were recording. The Raptors, obviously going through their slump and snapping that 6-game losing streak to the Knicks. Who like honestly, like the Raptors are they're too good to be this bad. I find that they can be better, or they're not bad enough to tank, so they're in a weird spot. But if they need to do anything, they need to look at the New York Knicks and what they have done, because they were playing inspired basketball. The Knicks started off very slow, Jalen Brunson finding his rhythm and the team finding their chemistry, and then once it's clicked, then they ended up going on an 8-game winning streak. And that's what the Raptors do have in them. Like they have the opportunity to go something like 8-2 over the course of 10 games. So, and then that's why, like, I like even watching the Knicks yesterday, they were slow, but when like they know how to come back and apply some pressure. It was close towards the end.
Well, dude, they were up by a point or two in the last few minutes, right? Like the game was there.
Yeah, absolutely. I think your volume might be going a little bit there, so maybe just double check on that. Hello. But yeah, so when it comes to the Knicks, I think that we like them the best. We're going +4 on the spread, and Sports Interaction has them with the best odds, -117. Pay attention to Sports Interaction because for some reason they're all over this Christmas Day, all the Christmas Day spreads and odds. And we're rolling with them quite a lot. So make sure you keep an eye on that. So again, New York Knicks +4 at home in MSG for the game 1 against the Philadelphia 76ers. And you can find that on Sports Interaction. Moving right along, going to game 2, the 2:30 Lakers versus Mavs. Look, we're going Mavs. I mean, the Lakers, they look like they were stringing some stuff together. Anthony Davis looked like he was back to his old self. He was looking good. But at the end of the day, -4.5 for the Mavs. We're gonna have to go with that. AD's out. Potential LeBron injury. It looks like he did something to his groin. So that's something that we're gonna have to watch out for as well. And the Mavs are just a better basketball team playing at home, and we were able to find the spread at -4.5. So that's -118 available on Sports Interaction. Yeah, I don't see why you wouldn't take the Mavs, at least on the spread, even because the Lakers. I mean, AD he's out, and without AD. Oh, here's the other thing too. Sports Interaction, Sports Interaction has it at -4.5. Most of the other spreads, this are double that. I see them at 7.5 or 8. So
yeah, you don't want that.
No, Sports Interaction has the best odds by far. So it seems like they have something going on for Christmas Day. So we're able to lock that in easily. So without further ado, let's jump over to Game 3. But to wrap that up again, Mavs -4.5 points at -118 on Sports Interaction.
Beauty.
Finally, or Game 3. This one was the tough one. Game 3.
Yeah, this was easily the hardest one.
This is like kind of a pick 'em at this point, but we got the Bucks in Boston against the Celtics. I mean, Milwaukee's been 7-3 over the last 10, and Boston's lost their last 3. We'll have to see what the odds are today as this is being released, as they're both playing on Friday. But yeah, -3.5 is what they have on the Celtics. I was pushing towards Milwaukee just because Giannis has been playing out of his mind. But you swayed me. And you want to go with the Celtics, and I believe in that, and I do. Tell me why I do, though.
Dude, the Celtics are putting together like a historic season. You've got arguably the best duo in the league, and then you also have the reigning Defensive Player of the Year. They've lost 3 in a row. I just don't see them continuing a slide like that. They're too good for that.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, I don't know. You look at a team like that, and it's like, at the start of a season, you have some games build up, and you're getting the idea of the landscape of how things are going, and you're like, you always have that one team where you're like, they're the clear favorites to win the title, and for me, that's Boston. I just think they're the best team in the league. So in this scenario like this, where it's kind of a pick 'em, that's what my gut's telling me. So
yeah,
you're right though. Giannis has been playing at an MVP level, so it's going to be an interesting game to watch. That's going to be one of the better matches of the day for sure.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, like I am interested. I do like the Sixers and the Knicks, but this is the other
I like that one. This one's kind of the highlight of the day for me personally. Like I think this is the one that has the biggest potential to go down to the wire, which I love.
Yeah.
So,
and Giannis always shows up on Christmas. I don't know if that means anything, but he definitely does. And Tatum's also going to show up as well. So keep an eye out for those player props as well. Hammer the over on the points because they
somebody's going to go off for sure.
The point overs have been getting blown out of the water for the majority of teams and their star players. So keep an eye out for those player props. We're obviously a couple days out here, so not available at this moment. But again, I like it. I like the way it stinks.
Haven't heard one of those in a while.
Jeff would probably he would side with us on this one too. He's always had kind of like and it's the same for every Toronto fan too. It's just like, fuck Boston, but like, damn, they've always
they're good. Yeah,
they're good. They're good.
I hate how good they are.
And I know that we've won a couple bucks betting for Boston in the past. A few Boston fans, Celtics fans out east too. So that's
that makes sense.
A bit of history back there as well. So, so yeah, fuck it. Let's go with the Celtics -3.5 points at -110. You guessed it. It's Sports Interaction again. So they seem to have the best odds around on Christmas Day. Moving forward here, this game, this is an easy pick for us. Game 4. This is the 8 p.m. It's the Grizz versus the Warriors in Golden State, or in San Francisco, in the Bay. For whatever reason, Sports Interaction has them at +5. We're going with the Grizz here, +5, -124 on Sports Interaction. Every other site has them favored. by the same amount, by minus 5 points, by 4.5, what have you. I don't know why Sports Interaction has it. And maybe again, they're just trying to get people to use Sports Interaction as much as they can. It's a great app. Go and download it. Again, betstamp.app / onboarding. You do it. It's a great sports book. It's clean. They're Canadian. They're great.
That's Canada's sports book.
Right? Yeah. Oh. Like, I honestly, I think, it seems to be a mistake, but we hammered it, and we're gonna roll with it.
Yeah, catch it while you can in case it is a mistake.
Exactly.
Because it doesn't make sense.
On the flip side, because every other sports book has the Grizzlies at -5, still take that. Take that, run with it.
Yes, of course.
I think that's just the easy pick. Golden State, Steph's out. Like, the spread should be bigger. I don't know why it is set at this. So just take the Grizzly. This is easy. I don't know why the spread is in the favor of the Grizzlies on Sports Interaction or not bigger on other sports books. So I think this is pretty easy. Sports Interaction +5 -124. So take that for the 8 p.m. game against the Golden State Warriors that are looking like they're in a bit of trouble. Bit of a championship hangover, if you will. Kind of like my Rams.
Yeah, a little bit.
I don't know. It seems to be. I don't know. It might be a bit of a theme going forward here. So let's see. Moving along to the 8 p.m. or sorry, the 10:30 game, the final game on the schedule. Game 5 is the Suns versus the Nuggets. This one was a tough one too, man. This was a bit tough, but we ended up swinging towards the Nuggets, the little old Nuggets from Denver. You like before we jumped into it, and you're just like, God, I hate the Suns. We're going with the Nuggets. So tell me what your thoughts are. Why are we kind of swaying towards the Nuggets here?
Well, I think we like Jokic. He's incredible. Of
course.
He should probably be the MVP again, but it's not going to happen, obviously. I think because of voter fatigue and all that. But
it's happened before. There's been a three-peat before, but
dude, people also have like a weird bias towards European people, which is stupid.
Yeah, true.
It just is what it is. Like, it's true.
Yeah.
I don't know. There just seems to be a lot of drama in Phoenix right now. Like, I don't know if you saw that clip of
courtside
with Ayton and
Monty Williams with their head coach.
Monty Williams, yeah.
Who was like, you don't get pissed at Monty. Like, it's
but also you're like, how do I put this? Like, the team didn't want to make you an offer and they only signed you because you got offer sheeted. Like, he's probably pissed. You know what I mean? He doesn't want to be there. He didn't like.
It was either that or Indiana.
Yeah, but dude, like
Indiana land.
Indiana land.
Damn, man.
I'm just yeah. Damn, man. But you're just like, I don't know. There's clearly a rift, and then you got this like Chris Paul, like, I don't know. There's drama with everybody, it feels like.
Yeah.
And it's just like all that feel good like stuff from a couple years ago is just, I don't know, it's just gone. Faded. In my opinion. Yeah. It's just it's not the same.
Trampled on that in the playoffs last year. So
oh yeah, big time, man. Like, there's so many memes about that. Like, they're Luka's son or Devin Booker's Luka's son, whatever.
Yeah.
And it's just like,
love to see it too.
Man. And didn't they lose to them again this year? Like, they got destroyed in their first meeting.
Yeah.
And it's
that's true.
I don't know. There just seems to be something weird going on there. So, not to say that that's the outcome every game, but just Denver is a strong squad, and Jokic is man, he's incredible to watch. That's another one I'm excited for, and I'm happy it's at 10:30 because it just means it's just you're prolonging the excitement.
Yeah,
it goes late into the night,
Exactly.
Can't complain about that.
Yeah, I mean, like you get a couple of West Coast teams there too. So I mean, you always start off with the Knicks at 12, but then the late game is, it's usually like the Lakers versus the Clippers or some shit like that. But it's nice. I like the Suns and Nuggets matchup. I think it'll be great. Jokic is playing out of his mind. He's playing surprisingly, like I didn't even think it was possible, but he's playing better than his 2 MVP seasons. Like it's insane.
I've never seen somebody pass the ball like that guy. Honestly,
he is like one of the more talented centers, if not the most talented center. I'm not going to say dominant because that would go to Shaq, but the most talented center with everything. Like he's got to be up there. He's got to be in your top 2 or 3 of all time. So with that being said, we are going to go with the Nuggets. This one not on Sports Interaction. Sports Interaction has them at -2.5 at -110. Good odds, but I'm going to take that half point. So we're going to go -2 just in case of a push, because the 0.5, you're never going to get a push. So we're going to go -2. If it pushes, it pushes. That's fine. I'll take a push as opposed to a loss.
And this one's a little bit of a pick 'em as well. Like,
yeah,
I definitely could see it going either way, but my gut's telling me one way, right? So
yeah, I mean, like if you go on the money line, you're looking at -140 for the most part. Cool Bet's got them at -135. It's pretty decent.
It's a little poo.
It's just like
a small turd,
When I see them in the 30s, unless I'm doing like if I'm looking at -30, -130, then it needs to be a part of like a small little parlay, maybe. I don't know. That's just me. So I'm gonna go -2 here. We're gonna go -2 at -111. So by 2 points, -111 on Bet Rivers, another banging app too. Love to see some Bet Rivers action. Again, betstamp.app /onboarding and use promo code DB2. Set up your Bet Rivers app along with Sports Interaction and take advantage of those sweet sign up bonuses. So yeah, that's that does it. That's the 10:30 game. I agree. I like the Nuggets. Hopefully Jamal Murray is going to play as well. And there aren't many other issues when it comes to injuries for the Nuggets. Michael Porter Jr. Michael Jr. Porter. Is he playing?
I don't know, man.
Who cares?
Yeah, fuck, whatever, man.
He's just like he was so overhyped for someone who just can't stay in the game.
Yeah. You see the flashes and you're like, man, that is a good player deep down there, but fuck, he just cannot stay healthy.
And then out indefinitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
No timeline for return.
Yeah. Hey, you know what though? With those picks, since most of them are Sports Interaction, you could do a parlay with that last one if you really wanted to.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you could just do the 4 and have them when it's a straight. It's up to you if you want to be a true line shopper, or just do it all Sports Interaction. They seem to have the easily the best odds across every different sportsbook for Christmas Day. And then obviously there is the Caesars pick as well for the Bengals. But how do we do this? What comes next?
There's a sound, I think, a noise of some sort.
Ding, ding, ding. It's the pick and roll brought to you by DB2 Bets and BetStamp. Visit betstamp.app /onboarding for all of your sports books so that you can go and create a new app, a new sports book, and take advantage of those sweet sign-up bonuses. And make sure you download the app in the App Store or Google Play as well. As we use the BetStamp app to find the best odds out there. And DeanBlundell.com, the network as well. Lots of exciting stuff coming up with them, but visit DeanBlundell.com for all the shows and articles and podcasts as well. To start this off, I mean, like I usually take a big old sip of a beer or a drink, or lately I've been doing a shooter, but for our boy, Jeff Beaton, buddy, I love you. I miss you. There's not going to be a day that I go without thinking about you, my man. I miss you a lot, dude. And here's to you. Damn right, I got a pickleback set up over here. So,
oh, no way.
For my guy. Cheers, Jeffy.
Cheers. Ooh, how's that taste? Jeez.
I hyped it up a lot off the top, and let me tell you, That one didn't taste very good.
That's not sitting right.
I think it's definitely the pickle juice.
Oh yeah.
You got to make sure you get some really good dilly pickle juice.
The first time I met you, I think we did a pickleback together, and I was like, you know what? I like you, but I don't like those. I don't want to do those again.
No, they are they're good. All right. Ding ding. Starting off with Jeffy's Cincinnati Bengals. That game is being played on New Year's Eve or Christmas Eve. Sorry.
That pickleback's hitting different.
The old PB and Chase. Minus 160 available on Caesar Sportsbook as they take on the New England Patriots. And then for our slate of Christmas games on December 25th, Jesus' birthday, game 1. We're taking the Knicks at +4, minus 117 on Sports Interaction as they face the Philadelphia 76ers. Game 2, we're going with the Lakers. Oh, no, we're going with the Mavs. Never mind.
Oh, boy.
Mavs minus 4.5 at minus 118. That's also available on Sports Interaction as well. Game 3, that's the 5 p.m. We're taking the Celtics as a bit of a pick 'em here, but we're going with the Celtics as opposed to the Bucks. We're taking the minus 3.5 at minus 110, available on Sports Interaction as well. Game 4, easy pick here, going the Grizz, +5, minus 124 on Sports Interaction as they face the Golden State Warriors. Most of the odds are -5 as well. So we also suggest that you just take them on the spread there as well. And then for game 5, we're going with the Denver Nuggets, -2, minus 111. So by 2 points, minus 111 on Bet Rivers. 6 bets in a show. That's the most we've ever done on DB2 bets.
That's crazy.
It is. And we did it for our boy Jeff, man. There is a GoFundMe as well for the Jeff Beaton Scholarship that we are raising money for St. Mary's out east as well. So that will be posted in the episode description as well. So check it out in the comments and in the description down below as well, and in any sort of links as well. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. If you're listening to this and you knew Jeff Beaton and you know someone that would appreciate listening to this as well and sharing some memories and some laughs, send it over to them. Just, spread the good word because he was a connector and an amazing person, and we're all better for knowing him. So for Josh Elijah, Birdman, Jesse McKay, I love you, dude. We'll talk soon. We'll be back again next week, and another episode of long form interview with our pal from Sportsnet, Kyle Parkinson. So stick around, stay tuned for that as well. That'll be available on Boxing Day. Talk to you guys soon. Have yourselves a very Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. See you guys later.